we're saving your life, okay? We're gonna save your life today. It's gonna be all right. Nobody's gonna pick on you anymore, okay? Ooh, hot seat. Ouch! Yo! Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. Today we have an issue, and you can hear it right now. This chicken's throwing a fit. So, guys, if you keep chickens, you know, and I know, and maybe you don't know, what the heck is the deal with chickens and the pecking order? We've got a chicken right here, a little hen that has been picked on and pecked on so horribly, and I finally have shut all of the birds up in the mobile coop right there. These roosters are really being hard on this hen, and we've got to get her separated. So today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about what to do when you have a chicken in your flock that gets picked on by the other chickens. And oftentimes, guys, this ends up in a not so good outcome. We're going to try and save this chicken's life today. Come along and we'll talk a little bit about what to do when you have a chicken that's taken a lot of pecking from other chickens in your coop. All right, guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. If this is your first time, your 50 billion millionth jajillionth time, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Love to have you back. We're on a 150-acre, first-generation cattle farm here. Cattle, chickens, pigs coming soon. This is a first-generation farm. With every first-generation farm, or if you're a first-generation or first-time chicken owner, you may not know what the heck to do when you have a hen or a rooster or a chicken in your flock that's getting picked on, that's getting pecked on, that is experiencing trauma from other hens and other chickens being really, really rough on it. Over here, we have a chicken that is doing horrible. So this chicken developed a limp. For some reason, it's an American breast or American breast chicken. It's developed a limp. That limp has caused it to be a little bit lame, and it's walking through the field right here where the chickens are able to roam, and the bigger chickens are pecking on it and picking on it and beating the snot out of it. Basically, what we've got to do, and I'm going to catch this chicken, I'm going to show you, she looks really, really bad right now. We're going to put her in to a smaller coop, which I call the Chick-U. It's basically a chicken ICU. It's kind of a rescue for these birds that are getting pecked on. Let me tell you a little bit about the coop scenario here real quick, and if you want to fast forward, just fast forward through to where I tell you what to do with the sick chicken, but here's what we've got. So this is our mobile coop. It's called the Eggmobile. I took this coop, I built it from scratch out of an old hay wagon. We ran the boards on the sawmill right here off the farm. We actually cut the trees, we milled the boards, and we built the coop in 2 days. It has a pretty cool setup called a rollout nest box. Stay tuned for a future video, and actually at the end of this video, I'll do a video completely about how I built this coop. This was not, I guess, an original idea, but it is an original concept. Nobody else has a coop like this. If you want to build one like this, you can follow my directions and build yourself one. This is Premier One poultry netting right here, and it's electrified poultry netting. It's what keeps the chickens safe from predators, foxes and stuff like that. We had over 100 chickens get killed last year by invasive foxes. I have seen no sign of a fox or any sort of predator on the farm in the last, I guess, 8 months or so. So I'm not really worried too much about these chickens now that they've grown up to be adults. I'm not really too worried about them being attacked by predators. We're going to do a video here very soon moving this out to the pasture. The Eggmobile follows behind the cattle, and when the cattle move to a different spot, we move the Eggmobile in and let those chickens scratch through the manure, and it saves us on food and it saves us on fertilizer. So the cows and the chickens work hand in hand and fertilize our pasture. It's pretty cool. It's a symbiotic relationship between the garden, the honeybees, the chickens, everything works together on the farm. It's a moving farm. Pretty cool stuff. Now, Without further ado, let's go ahead and catch this chicken. She's gonna be very tough to catch. She's very skittish. The easy way to catch a chicken in this Premier One poultry netting is to run the chicken towards the net, and she'll try to dive towards it, and we will be able to catch her. We're gonna put her in chicken ICU, and we'll take you over there and show you chicken ICU in just a second. So now you get to laugh as I try to catch this chicken. Be very, very quiet. The electricity is turned off of this fence. I don't want this chicken to endure any more pain. It might be a little tough to catch her. The way to catch a chicken is with your hands down low. And we want her to run into the wire. Run through the wire, run through the wire, run through the wire. It's like football practice, right? There you go, girl. Go into the wire. There she is. Okay. I know. It's okay. I promise, it's okay. Poor little girl. So let's show you what's happened to this hen. She has been pecked so hard on her head that literally skin is missing from her. She's been in distress, she's lost weight, her color's not good, and we've got to take her and put her in a better place. It's okay, girl. This happens, guys. It's called a pecking order, and it happens. It even happens in your elementary school, which is pretty sad. So let's take her over and show you the chicken ICU. Welcome to the chicken ICU. This is the first coop that I built on the farm, and it's not a mobile coop. This coop is close to the garden so that we can throw veggies that are bad out of the garden and into the chicken coop. And what we're gonna do is release her right into this coop. There are 2 more birds in here. You would not want to release this chicken in with 5 or 10 more birds because they're just gonna pick on her some more. So we've gotta keep an eye on her for the next few weeks or next few days especially to make sure that she doesn't get pecked by these chickens. They will pick on each other, and it's so horrible, but that's just part of nature here. So let's open up the coop and set her into her new home. All right, you're in a new, better place, okay? It's a better place. You gotta heal up and get better. Yeah. Good girl, good girl. Now, you'll see she's being introduced to the new chickens, and they're not pecking on her yet. We're gonna keep an eye on that. That white chicken that you see right there is what this chicken is supposed to look like. You can see she's lost a lot of weight, and she just looks pretty raggedy. Hopefully, this all works out. I may have to take the other 2 birds out of here to keep them from picking on her. So we'll keep an eye on this. And all I have to do is basically open the coop door and those other 2 birds will come out. That chicken was not clean at all. Be sure when you're handling your chickens that you wash your hands really good. It's definitely a high salmonella risk. That's what's in chicken manure, and that's what can get you sick. If I were to rub my eyes, I could get pink eye or something like that potentially. So that's what I do when it comes to a chicken getting picked on by other chickens. You hear the roosters? There's probably 40 roosters in this group, and there's about 70 full-grown chickens in that coop. The next video you'll probably see, if you haven't already seen it, we'll be hooking to this, and we're gonna pull it out into the pasture and show you how that all works. Again, if you have a chicken that's being pecked on and picked on, you've got to separate it. Do not separate it without a friend, okay? If it's a hen, a small hen, put another small hen with it, just like we had over there. If it's a rooster and it's being picked on, oftentimes the end for that rooster will be the frying pan. I hate to say that, but that oftentimes is the end. If you can react to this quickly, you can save the chicken. Will that hen ever be able to come back in and mix with this group of chickens? The answer is probably not. So if you have this issue, if you have this problem, and you've got to separate a hen, be sure you separate it. Don't isolate it. Don't put it alone, because it will die of loneliness pretty much, guys. These are animals. Birds of a feather flock together. These chickens flock together. They're flock animals, and you don't want to have just one. It's not a parakeet, okay? So hopefully you guys have learned a little bit here today on the Stoney Ridge Farm. That's what we do when we have to isolate a chicken that's being pecked on and picked on. It's a horrible thing, but it is part of nature. Even my cattle have a hierarchy in their herd, and some cows push other cows around more. Even donkeys, horses, they bite each other, they kick each other, they'll hurt each other. Goats also. Any type of farm animal is gonna have a pecking order. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have any further questions, please post them down there, and I'd love to have you back here on the farm with me. It's a great time here on the Stoney Ridge. See you next time. Cue the chicken. Learning to crow, it ain't got wings. Let me get my foot out. Dude, why, when I get a chicken in my hand, why does this have to get tangled up?